that's Barry back for season 3 now?
Yeah.
Crazy. Season 3 of Barry, man. Another show where it feels like forever since we got it, and that's because this dropped only 3 months after Russian Doll. So it
Yep.
has been almost exactly 3 years since we
Right.
got Barry. May 2019, last time we watched Berkman to Block, the last episode of season 2. It's back. Bill Hader's back. Alec Berg is back. A lot of it was funny. I was talking with a friend of the show, Sean McKenna, about this, and he was like, "Do you think I should go back and watch any of Barry season 2, or should I just like watch the recap at the beginning?" I was like, you know what, the recap will probably tell you the whole story. I don't know if I felt like I needed to go back and watch it, but every time I watch Barry, I'm like, oh yeah, this show is so much more layered than I
Yeah.
remember. It's really well done.
Totally. If anything, maybe I want to go back and rewatch the Ronnie Lilly episode from
Hmm.
season 2, which was like this kind of out of nowhere, like action, martial arts
Yeah.
episode. Apparently, there's going to be more action in season 3, which is cool. But yeah, it's been a long time since Barry come out. They were only, I think, a few weeks away from shooting season 3 when the pandemic hit too. So this this was really affected uh, by that, obviously. But I think what's really cool about Barry is another, it's a show that season 2 we had some questions going in, but I think the end of season 2 and the start of season 3 kind of really cement that the show was willing to change and evolve. We have completely cast aside the acting class framing device that was so central to most of Barry to this point, and the characters are truly moving forward, or at least moving in new directions, whether that's apart or closer. And I think just its status as a uh, black comedy, a true dramedy, that doesn't isn't afraid to get dark, uh, lends itself to like these really rich performances, but also like really rich character arcs and what Barry's been through, where Sally's going. Like I think there's just so much going on, but it's really fun to see that the show isn't complacent in really any department.
Yeah. The Hader as a dramatic actor. I mean, certainly he's had a few more dramatic roles since his SNL days, but always kind of that comedy aspect is what he's obviously known for. The way he has just kind of blossomed in this role, and as this like uh, highly depressed, um, almost at times like a feeling inhuman type character who's kind of like finding what it means to like be happy and be alive again, and then navigating the all the layers of his relationship with Fuchs, his relationship with Sally, and everybody else. It's it's really impressive, and I think this the first episode of season 3 really highlights just how good he is in this role, because he's really walking around like a zombie. Yes, in a lot of this, the scene, if you're watching on YouTube, that he's calling this new client, the scene behind me, I should say, if you're watching YouTube, he's calling this client, and she's telling him about how he needs her or she needs him to kill her husband because she caught him cheating, and he ruined her life, all this stuff, and he just is like, do the flowers mean anything different? Can you answer this question for me? And it's hilarious, but also just like so gutting and sad to see Barry like in this, who as this person who thought he had found everything he wanted, and now is feeling even more lost and hopeless and depressed than he was before. And I think that's even highlighted further at the end of the episode, where he is with Gene, and is about to kill him, and then he has that eureka moment, and just seeing him like kind of flip in that moment, the way he's able to do that, and it felt so realistic. It was just, I thought, so impressive. Really enjoyed that. I also really enjoyed the way the episode looked at points, like that scene with Sally where she's on the set moving from scene to scene, kind of running through
Mm.
that. Just was like, I thought that was so well done, so well written, just like really believable, and just like you said, the show is firing on all cylinders right away.
Yeah, and it's really exciting to see where the Sally arc is going. From what I understand from future episodes, it's going to be a big kind of critique and comment on how Hollywood and film production operates and how it treats people that it's working within it. And it'll be really interesting to see how the Sally character handles all of that. Uh, again, definitely something new for the show, and it's just really exciting. Where NoHo Hank goes,
Yeah.
don't really know, but Anthony Carrigan's just so fucking funny and awesome in the role that I trust that they'll find something for him to do, because I mean he was supposed to be dead long ago, but they realized the performance was just so dynamite they had to keep him around. Um, I think it actually is kind of interesting premise of Hank trying to reinvent himself, because everyone he worked with and around and under him, they're all dead. So he's going to reinvent himself with new people that actually don't know about his previous incompetence. I think that's actually a really funny idea. I want to see how that's executed. Um, and then yeah, the obvious Gene Barry conflict just completely exposed. There's no more tension about will Gene find out. He knows Fuchs told him in the season 2 finale. So now what happens?
Yeah.
Like they didn't waste any time kind of dragging that out. We're actually just getting right to it.
Yeah, going back to NoHo Hank real quick. Him, coming home giddy to Cristobal and being like, "I had my first interrogation." I think I really nailed it. Just was so funny. Also, seeing him like in the interrogation room, like all the stuff he was just coming up with off the top of his head was hilarious.
The
Um,
Raven.
yeah. He was like, "No, it's like a real name. It's like a really cool name."
You can look it up. It has many meanings.
So good. Um, yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see where it goes, but I'm wondering if you see the scene where, going back to what you're mentioning about Sally's arc in this season, where she, after the meeting with the producers of her show, approaches DRC Cardin's Natalie
Mhm.
Greer. And she's like, I just really don't talk in the meetings. Just kind of like go make me a snack while it happens. And uh, Natalie's face at the end of that scene as Sally walks away is just so like gutted and disgusted and angry, but like kind of keeping it together. And I'm wondering if we're going to get a little bit more DRC this season. Obviously a
Mm,
big hit on The Good Place,
right.
and just someone that feels like primed to have a breakout at some point. And I really hope that they kind of bring her in, maybe as like the juxtaposition of to Sally of like females in the industry in some way, something like that. So interested to see where it goes. We didn't get a lot of Fuchs. Stephen Root obviously is excellent in pretty much everything he's in, but didn't get too much of him in this episode, other than kind of seeing him in this like I don't know, hideaway house, trying to convince the guys that's like watching over
Right.
him to watch football with him. So I'm
Right.
hoping he's not sidelined too much moving forward.
Yeah, I mean he's literally with the Chechens, I believe, in Chechnya.
Yeah,
So yeah, it'll take some moving to get him back with the core group.
for sure. Any last thoughts? Are you ready to move on?
Just happy the show's back. You kind of
Yeah,
forget what you've missed when it's been so long. 3+ years, but here it is. And I know Hader took a lot of time with the scripts with the extra time the pandemic allowed. So it sounds like they really got what they wanted with season 3. So now we just get to see it.